Often sales teams lose deals, not because of bad leads, but because of bad follow-up. And today I'm going to share a workflow that actually fixes this. There's one challenge that we have to work with here, and that's that nobody likes daily reminders or likes to be nagged. I'll share my screen and we'll start creating this workflow. So first of all, we want to go to automation and then workflows. And here you want to click on create workflow from scratch. And today we're going to create a deal-based workflow. So we'll click that one. And now, first of all, we'll give this a name. We'll just name it deal follow-up for now. And the first trigger I'm going to use here is the deal stage. So we'll add filter criteria. We'll go to deal properties. And I want to trigger this workflow whenever a deal is in contract sent. And then when a deal is in contract sent and there has been no activity for more than 5 days, that's when we want to launch this workflow. So we'll go to last activity here, more than 5 days ago. We also want to re-enroll deals. So we want to make sure that whenever this happens again, we want to enroll deals again here. We'll save this. And then the first thing we want to do is we just want to send a friendly notification to the deal owner. Now, when this happens, we have two options, or at least I suggest two options. And that's we can send an email reminder to the contact owner, or better, the deal owner in this case, or we can also send them a Slack message. For this demo here, we'll go with the email message. So we'll click on the plus sign, then communications, and then we'll send an internal email notification. We want to send this to the deal owner. And for the subject line, we're going to use follow-up reminder, and then we'll add the deal name here. And then for the body here, we'll do hey, and then the deal owner. And then we'll just add the deal name here as well. And then maybe we can add the close date. And then we'll also add the last activity. Now we can save this. Now you might want to add one more thing here. So we can say last activity date is more than 5 days ago. And then we'll also check if there's a next activity scheduled. So we can say next activity date is unknown. And then we're sure that the deal owner didn't plan any future activities either. So that makes it a little bit better, because it could be that they have an activity plan in like 10 days because that's what they discussed with the client at that time. Now, after this, we want to add a delay, and we'll add a delay for, let's say, 5 more days. And then after that, we want to check if there has been any follow-up with this deal. So if there has been follow-up, we should see a last activity date that is less than, at this point, 10 days ago. We'll save this, and then we can decide what happens after this. Let me actually, to be sure, change this here to 9 days ago. We'll save this, and then we're sure that this is covered. And then next we'll decide what happens if there was follow-up and if there was no follow-up. So first we'll add when there was follow-up. Basically nothing needs to happen here, so we'll just end the workflow there. If there was no follow-up, however, we do want to escalate this to, let's say, the sales manager at that point. And we can choose whether we want to add a task for the manager or if we want to send an email notification as well. Now, I feel for managers, and also my personal preference, is to create a task because it's easier to work through your tasks in HubSpot. If you're not sure how that exactly works and how that accelerates your workflow, please go to the video up here in which I explain how to work with tasks in a very productive way in HubSpot. So let's say we're going to go for a task here. So we'll go to CRM, we'll create a task, and let's just do like follow-up escalation. And then we'll add the deal name here. We'll also add a reminder for that. And then we'll add a note. So we'll just add a message that there was no follow-up for 10 days, even after reminding the deal owner 5 days ago. and to check that deal and take appropriate action. We'll assign this to the sales manager, so we'll just do specific user in this case. We'll make it a high priority at this point, and then we can save this. Now, there is different ways that you can use this workflow. For example, at this point, you could also check for the deal value so that any low value deals, you just create another reminder for the deal owner. And only for the high value deals, we would then send it to the sales manager. And this gives you great oversight without any micromanaging. The team still owns the follow-up, and we make sure that no deals fall through the cracks. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm sure you will also love this video right here about how to set up your sales pipeline. Subscribe to the channel for more HubSpot excellence, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.